over 50,000 yards. And you're able to do that when you don't miss starts.
Right.
I mentioned 191 straight starts. This guy comes to play every time out.
Against the Raiders in October up in Oakland, he was 70% through the air, did not throw an interception. 2nd down and 8. Williams, the receiver, on the move. Melvin Gordon. Oh, nice cut. And he was brought down by Carl Joseph. Gain of 9. 1st down for the Chargers to James Brown in New York.
Is the game fun for Kamara or what? How about this little move? It looks a little hesitation right there as he's getting ready to take back the kick. The cover team for the Bucks just hesitates a little. That's all the space that Alvin Kamara needs. He goes 106 yards for the kickoff return. That's a Saints franchise record. They tie the score with the Bucks. Back to you, Kevin and Rich.
If New Orleans wins, they win the division.
How about Alvin Kamara on
amazing
Mark Ingram? That's a great 1-2 punch for Drew Brees and the Saints.
Look at Gordon swashbuckling his way for a 1st down run. Picks up 11. Hit by Carey on the play. 1,000-yard rusher, Melvin Gordon. He comes in number 7 in the NFL in yards.
And Kevin, I really think this is the key to it. You know, you look at the Chargers, and I think at times they've been reluctant to get in there and chip away and pound at the running game. And that's going to be important. He is a volume back. He can't get in the groove without the carries to get those big runs. And they usually show up when you're able to wear down a defense over the course of 60 minutes.
1st and 10, Gordon again. And again, a nice chunk. He's up near the 4-yard gain right there. Hit by Bowman. Put him at the 27-yard line. Rich, why is it better for a run game to have the quarterback under center as opposed to in the gun handing off?
Well, it gives you more opportunities. I think obviously the vision is much better, Kevin. If you're offset in the gun, you're kind of limited in terms of what you can do. But when you're back there in the I formation at 7 yards, you have time to see the play develop. You've got certain courses and paths that you can trust. And that's what they have to be able to do. They have to be able to get Rivers under center.
Chargers are alive in the playoff hunt. On the outside looking in. No score at the 8-7 Los Angeles Chargers have to win today and get some help. If they tied, they could even get in, but a couple things have got to happen. Tennessee's got to lose, and Buffalo needs a loss or a tie themselves. We're tied at the end of 1. Let's start the second with a 2nd down and 5. Rivers already over 50,000 yards with his first quarter passing in his career. Gordon the block, outside Benjamin, shoved out of bounds by Antonio Hamilton. And he picks up 8 on the play. That's a 1st down. Rich, about a month into the season, they go from too much passing to more balance in their offense.
Yeah, they got the quarterback back under center. They got Melvin Gordon where he's most comfortable, Kevin, back there in the eye. And look, for them to have balance and really get where they want to go, they need more from the running game. They're just 24th in rushing despite having one of the league's best running backs in Melvin Gordon. But with that kind of runner, 24th simply isn't good enough.
You see the 6-7 balance right there. End around. It's off to Benjamin with great speed, and he's forced out of bounds. Hit by Carey once again with a gain on the play of about 4. Flag has been thrown with the gain out to about the 39. We'll check this out. Chargers scored just 13 points against Kansas City, then just 14 against the Jets. Each of those defenses in the bottom half in terms of
the illegal
points allowed.
By the offense, number 13. 10-yard penalty.
It's 2 from Keenan Allen.
Yeah, 2 of them on the Pro Bowl receiver.
You see, right there, it's both times it's been on Carey. T.J. Carey blocking him in the back.
Kind of incidental, though. I mean, there's no place to go.
That's what he's saying.
It didn't even affect the play. Rich, it's taken a while for Rivers and Allen to get on the same page. Remember, Allen played only a half of last year, so he's been out a full year, and it took a while for these two to again connect.
Yeah, really. He got hurt in week 1 against the Chiefs, tore the ACL. He missed all that time. Really, Kevin didn't do a lot in the offseason program, even a training camp. Got off to kind of a slow start in September. But, boy, since then, he's really turned it on. Over 1,200 yards receiving. Going to go over 100 catches on the season. It's been an extremely productive season for Keenan Allen.
3 tight ends. 1st and 17 with the spot foul. Here comes the blitz. It's out to Gordon. He'll dance out there with Irvin and stiff arm his way to the side and not pick up a whole bunch on the play, just a gain of 2, and he's out to about the 31. Allen is right now at 1,200 plus receiving yards, number 4 in the NFL. And Richie's got 94 receptions. That's good for number 6 in the league in terms of reception.
Extremely productive, especially, Kevin, in critical situations. I mean, you look down in the red zone, it's in third down. I mean, third down.
Oh, my gosh, yes.
You get the most third down receptions this season in the league. He's got 34. You better have a plan for Keenan Allen on third down.
It's a second down and 16, blocked by Barksdale. Rivers fairly deep and incomplete, looking for Allen with the coverage on the play by T.J. Carey.
Well, that was really nice coverage by T.J. Carey. Wasn't a bad throw, but T.J. Carey's going to get that right arm in there. You see Carey, these are tough when you get in these bunch sets. The corners have to be able to communicate. Just watch that right arm come in. He's able to knock the ball away from Keenan Allen right there at the end. Good coverage from T.J. Carey. Can't do it any better than that. They're getting better play from their secondary, Kevin, since they made the change.
Why, Rich? What's been the difference?
Well, I think they've simplified some things. I think they're not doing as much. I think they're playing with better confidence. They're playing faster. They're playing with better energy.
3rd and 16, ninth play of the drive. Rivers going deep, and his receiver got caught up. That was Benjamin with Hamilton. There's a flag. Right where that contact took place, about the 39.
And Kevin, he never turns around to find the football. Antonio Hamilton. He's actually in pretty good position.
Pass interference.
Double
defense,
move.
Number 32.
See right here.
Placed at the spot of the foul, the 40-yard line. Automatic first down.
All you got to do is finish. You're right there in position. And what did Jack Del Rio tell us last night? We've got to be able to defend the javelin throws from Phillip Rivers when he sits back there and just heaves one down the field. The explosive plays have been a problem for this Oakland secondary.
Rivers again over 4,000 passing yards. 9th time in his career he's done that. He's tied, by the way, with Tom Brady with 9. Manning leads everybody with 14. That's Peyton Manning. 30-yard penalty and assessed, and it's to the 41st and 10. Gordon, slippery, bulldozing, fumbled, picked up by Allen. That is going to be 6. How about that? You have got to be kidding me. 24-yard touchdown run. And Allen scores on the fumble by Gordon.
A little bit of unexpected good fortune. You see Lee, he comes in there. Markel Lee knocks it out just right into the hands of a waiting Keenan Allen. And he just scoots in for the touchdown. What a serendipity. That's the first fumble. You think about Melvin Gordon, Ken, that's the first fumble. He hasn't fumbled all year. Over 500 touches without a fumble.
With the extra point now is Nick Rose. Gordon doesn't fumble all that much, but he did there. Tack on one more. 7-zip Chargers. 2 minutes into the second quarter. The run by Gordon. The strip on the play by the Raiders. Allen is there to take it to the house for...
Just weren't on the same page, Kevin.
There's a couple stars. Allen, who has the touchdown on the fumble return, as Gordon coughed it up, his first fumble in 525 touches going back to October 9th of last year.
He's been so good with ball security. He was very fortunate in that situation.
So 7-0 with the Chargers on top, needing a win to stay alive and some other things to happen. It's Patterson leaving to go out of the end zone and a touchback to the 25, and the Raiders will get it 1st down and 10 on the touchback. Well, if you've been watching the morning shows and papers and on the internet, you have seen the heavy rumors of John Gruden going to back to the NFL, going back to the Oakland Raiders, where he coached and took them to some great heights and turned the program around. He is currently with another network broadcasting the NFL.
Yeah, last time I checked, Kevin, that's right. He's still employed in another network. And I've got too much respect for the coaching profession, this Oakland coaching staff, to speculate about what may or may not happen before the season's over. But I could tell you, John Gruden's always thought of himself as a coach, and he's never stopped doing that.
There was a hit inside. Phylon gets him. Also hit in there by Ingram. And Carr goes down. It's a sack. It's a loss of 6. It's back to the 19 as Mark Davis, who owns the team, watches and thinks a lot about where his Raiders are and where he wants them to go.
Well, he's a lot like his father, Kevin. He's got great passion for this football team. He wants to win, and it's been a disappointing season. And I think if you ask the Glazer family down there in Tampa what was their biggest mistake that they've made since buying the Buccaneers, I think they would tell you firing John Gruden. I think if you could ask Al Davis the same question, I think he'd give you the same answer. I think when the Raiders decided to trade John Gruden, that was the biggest mistake Al Davis ever made.
There's an incompletion right through the hands of Cook, the tight end, with the coverage on the play by Perriman. Now, it would seem to a lot of people, and our own Bill Cowher has been in this position. You win as a head coach, sought after for many years. Gruden has been sought after by a lot of teams, and you said the Buccaneers probably making a run at him. He's been out for about 6.
But I would say this, Kevin, he's been out for 6, but he's never not thought of himself as a coach, right? And he's always told me, I'm going to come back and do this at some point. I don't know whether he's going to come back and coach the Raiders or not. I do know this. He loves football. He loves coaching. It's in his blood. And I think he's going to come back and do it at some point. Whether or not it's with the Oakland Raiders, we'll just have to wait and see.
Richard is back there with the 3rd and 16 for Jared Carr. With time underneath, it's Patterson. He is a lightning bolt as he takes it up the sideline. Flag has been thrown. Back at the 31. The catch and run takes him to the 37. It is a catch and run at 22. But it looks like the Raiders have been penalized again.
Illegal block in the back by the offense, number 23. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Repeat 3rd down.
It's not 23.
No.
But regardless, when Cordero Patterson's in the game, something's up. I mean, they're just trying to get him the ball. Just watch right here. Boom. It's a block right in the back. I think it's Seth Roberts.
I think it is too. Where they got 23 out of 10, I do not know, but they push it back to the 13-yard line with the penalty. 3rd and 22 for the Raiders. Well, this Gruden story, though, is made for some very interesting topics of talk around the league. Black Monday tomorrow. Carr.
Oh, he's got him.
He sure does. He's got Cooper. There he goes. This will be 6. Amari Cooper. He caught one last week for 63 in Philadelphia. Catches one here for 87 in Los Angeles.
Well, he's just going to run the post route right down the middle of the field. But keep an eye on these two safeties right here. Their eyes are in the backfield, and he's just simply going to separate. You've got to understand, he's got rare and unusual speed. I mean, if you watched the game last week against the Philadelphia Eagles, he ran right by that secondary on a double move. And Derek Carr has a big-time arm.
Tavecchio just tied it with the extra point. We have 11:38 to play in the first half. On 3rd and 21, longest play from scrimmage this season for the Raiders. It's Cooper on the other end of a Carr. 87-yard touchdown pass. Carr to Cooper. With the Tavecchio kickoff. And Desmond King back. He'll leave it right back there. You know, Amari Cooper, Rich, has not been the same player this season after 2 straight 1,000-yard Pro Bowl seasons in a row. Tonight, a special edition of 60 Minutes about people who are making a difference in America. That's tonight on 60 Minutes, only CBS.
Well, I think Cooper, Kevin's been a lot like the rest of the Raider offensive players. I mean, it's been a kind of an up and down season. One week he has a great game, the next week he struggles, he's lost. You don't see him get going early. I think when you have receivers like Cooper and Crabtree, and you're the play caller and you're the quarterback, you have to make sure they get touches early. They get in the game, they get in the flow, and they gain some confidence. That's so important at that position.
It's the 1st and 10 for Rivers. A block by Gordon, and Rivers looking deep, and he's got his receiver Allen near midfield, and he's pushed out of bounds by Carey in Raider territory down near the 47. 28-yard strike and a first down.
Well, the pass protection has been so much better this year. Good route. Look how he turns T.J. Carey around. You look at the patience from Keenan Allen at the top of the stem. Points him to the post. He works back to the boundary. But I've been mentioning that pass protection. Last year, the Chargers allowed 36 sacks. They've cut that number down to 17 this year. And that's important, Kevin, especially when you have a 36-year-old quarterback in Philip Rivers.
17 sacks is #1 in the NFL. 1st and 10. Rivers. Down to the sideline for Allen with the coverage on the play by Carl Joseph, incomplete.
And if you keep giving Philip Rivers time back there in the pocket, he'll make you pay. He doesn't need a big window. I just love, you talk about, is there a quarterback in football that's more demonstrative than Philip Rivers?
I mean,
there's no indecision. There's no second guessing how he's feeling. If it's not right, he's going to tell you. And I respect that about him. He wants it done a certain way.
Well, as you said earlier, 192nd consecutive game played, the NFL's longest active streak going on right now for Rivers.
There's a hamstring right there for Carl Joseph. That's not good.
And he's been reliable. Well, they're taking a look at Joseph on the sideline. Shalom Luani, who is a 7th-round rookie out of Washington State, has taken his place. 2nd down and 10. And a 28-yard to Allen to get in this great beginning field position on their 3rd drive. Rivers, 2nd and 10. Gates. And he's brought down by Morrow. Nice catch right there. Gain of 9 on the play. Gates brings in his 924th career reception.
It's not that often you lose your starting tight end, Hunter Henry. He goes down. And
3rd and 1. Gordon corkscrews for the first. Luani brings him down. He spins his way to the 34 and a 1st down.
A good looking tackle, but also a good looking run. They just jumped the ball. Yep. They can't catch the Raiders off balance. Watch this tackle, though, by the rookie Luani.
After the 4-yard gain.
Believe me, Philip Rivers knows that Carl Joseph's out and the rookie Luani is in. Be surprised to see him go after the rookie.
You would, wouldn't you?
Sure would. Gotta find out about these guys, Kevin.
1st and 10. It's Gordon again. And he works his way inside the 30. There's Ward. He got him. Gain of 7 on the play. Put him at the 29. Amanda's on her sideline.
Yeah, guys, a couple of updates, injury updates on the Raiders. Carl Joseph, he was grabbing his right upper hamstring. He is headed right now to the locker room. Number 97, Mario Edwards, he is out with an ankle. Dexter McDonald, and he is questionable to return with a knee.
And Edwards, thank you, Amanda. He's been inactive the last couple games. You'd see him taking the defensive back, Carl Joseph, to the locker room. 2nd down, long 3.
3 injuries on the defense for the Raiders, including 2 in the secondary.
Oliver in the backfield, and here he goes. Running into a pile and hit by Bowman and company with a gain of 1 yard. Down to the 26-yard line.
We were talking about Antonio Gates just a couple minutes ago, Kevin. I said, it's not that often that you lose a starting tight end like Hunter Henry, and he goes down with the injury, and you bring in a Hall of Famer to replace him. I mean, it's like, okay, now we're going to dust off Antonio Gates and just see what he can do. Played 55 snaps last week against the Jets. He is still crafty. He still knows how to get open.
He's 37. He had 6 catches against the Jets last week for a touchdown and 87 yards, 81 yards on the day. Gordon back in, 3rd down and 2, into the nickel and through the hands, and incomplete of Allen. With the coverage on the play by Sean Smith. So it's incomplete. It's 4th down. Rivers wants to stay out there. And I guess when you've played in the league for 14 years and got to go to your 7th Pro Bowl, you get a little bit of say in what you do offensively.
I think you got to be aggressive in these situations. Look, you're 8-7. You've got to win. You need some help.
A lot of times he'll just make the cadence and he's
start offense.
There you go.
That'll take care of that. Exactly. That'll take care of that. Is right.
Well, the pre-snap penalties have really been a problem for both of these offenses as I've studied the first 15 games of the season.
Barksdale, the former drafted Raider. He was a 3rd-round pick by Oakland, and now he's in L.A. with the Chargers. So they're going to try for 3. Rivers is ticked off. He is so animated. And we know who's in charge when he's out there. Like Breeze and Rodgers and Brady. All these guys have that certain, they're wired the certain way, aren't they?
Now you got to settle for a kick. And you look at the Chargers, they've used 4 different kickers this season. And between them, they've missed 9 field goals. That's tied for the most. Ooh.
is right. Nick Rhodes picked up and recovered at the other end by McGill on the block by the 29-yard line of the Chargers.
Boy, this was a line drive by Nick Rhodes, Kevin. I haven't seen one of these all year.
Second one he's had blocked this season.
Watch how low this one is.
Oh my goodness, blocked again.
I mean, it hits him in the face mask. I think that hits Justin Ellis right in the face mask. It's not even his hand. It hits him in the face mask.
And then McGill got the ball chasing in at the other end. So instead of getting 3, now you put the Raiders at your own 30.
And the Raiders have to be able to take advantage of good field position. Last week against the Eagles, they started 6 drives at their own 40 or better, and they turned those 6 drives into a grand total of 0 points. They wasted so many opportunities on Monday night.
Raiders on the road this season, 2-5. They've won 4 of 5 against the Chargers. Marshawn Lynch on 1st and 10. Works his way for 3. Brought down by Boza. Got to the 27-yard line. And this is what is at stake for the Chargers. They've got to win, and they need some help. They need the Titans to lose to Jacksonville, and they're not right now, as you see in the bottom left-hand portion.
They need Buffalo to lose, and that's not happening either.
Or a Baltimore win, and that's going to be interesting against Cincinnati, which is going to usher out Marvin Lewis as their head coach, the reports say.
Yeah, so the Chargers have to win. Tennessee has to lose, and then there's a couple different situations, right? A Baltimore win, a Buffalo loss. Philip Rivers told us on Friday, he said, look, we're going to be focused on obviously winning this football game, but if it gets into the second half and we've got a little bit of a lead, don't think I won't be looking up to my wife and kids in that booth looking for the thumbs up sign, whether those other scenarios are working in our favor.
Not only do these 2 teams, as you see the Rivers family up there, at least some of those are his 2 kids, but these 2 teams were also going to share a stadium here in Carson. Their bid was beaten out by the Rams, you may recall, in their stadium proposal. The Raiders then looked to Las Vegas. We know they're going there, but initially the Raiders and Chargers were planning on sharing a stadium here in Carson. 2nd down and 7 with a couple tight ends. A block by Sharp, the rookie, and incomplete. With the coverage on Cooper, they had the Pro Bowler Hayward.
That's a good matchup. You look at Casey Hayward. And the last time these 2 teams got together, Casey Hayward matched up with Cooper, and Trevor Williams traveled with Crabtree. I think we're going to see that again today.
Raiders, by the way, took out a full-page ad in every Southern California News Group newspaper promoting their move to Vegas, and they made it very clear they were coming back for the first time today in 23 years to Los Angeles.
A lot of Raider fans down here in Southern California.
It's 3rd down and 7. Richard was the running back. The nimble-footed Carr outside and grabbed by Cook. With the coverage on the play by Jenkins, it is a gain of 5. Injured is Adrian Phillips. An ankle, was inactive today, and taking his place was the rookie out of Miami, Rayshawn Jenkins.
Well, it's good coverage there. It's a terrific catch on the boundary. I didn't think there was much of a window there for Derek Carr to fit that one into the tight end Jared Cook. Somehow found a way to get it done.
So on the field is Giorgio Tavecchio, who is 15 of 20 in field goals. He hit that long of 53. That was at Miami in November. Here is a 40-yard try to give the Raiders a lead. Winless day, right down the middle, 10-7 Oakland. 7.5 to play in the half. This is the NFL on C. So Rich and I are looking at that Marina Del Rey, and he says, hey, Ginger or Mary Ann? I said, what are you talking about?
They lived in that condo right there on the right.
No. That's where they filmed the beginning of Gilligan's Island, which we've talked about. Every time I see it, though, I like it, and I know that you are. Here's
big Gilligan's Island fan.
Here's Tavecchio after the 40-yard field goal to leave it in the end zone, and King Duany out to the 25 with it. How about Jack Del Rio? Wakes up this morning and all he sees are the reports about maybe John Gruden coming in and becoming the next coach of the Raiders.
It's amazing, and you know, obviously it's a distraction, but he's a professional. He knows how to deal with it. The focus is obviously Kevin is winning this football game and finishing strong, and hopefully carrying some momentum into the offseason.
Oliver's the running back. Look at him squirm free. Brought down by Ellis. Takes it past the 30. Picks up 7. Put him at the 32. To New York. And James Brown.
A first for Jameis Winston. That's right, his first rushing touchdown of the year right here. You can see a good second effort, reaches the ball out, breaks the plane to the goal line. They score the touchdown. They missed the extra point as kicking woes around the league continue, as you guys have seen out there, Kevin.
Indeed, Boomer. You know, Winston had a good Monday night performance a couple weeks ago against Atlanta. Maybe the best game he's played as a pro.
Yeah, he's another young quarterback, Kevin, that's had a couple different coordinator changes, and it's certainly affected his consistency through the first 3 seasons.
Out of the backfield on 2nd down and 3. It's Brandon Oliver out of Buffalo who makes the catch and goes for 6, and he's out to about the 39. He's got the first down. Amanda Balionis is on the sidelines.
Update on Raiders. Carl Joseph. It is his right hamstring. He is questionable to return, guys.
Thank you, Amanda. 38-yard line.
He's also a very good run support player as well. You talk about trying to stop the running game with Melvin Gordon.
Remember, Gordon came in with a bad ankle that afflicted him all week in practice.
Missed some practice time, but look, watch him just in the first quarter, Kevin. It looks like he's good to go.
Oliver in right now. Watt will be the lead. It is a 1st and 10 for Rivers. And he's got his receiver. This is the Pro Bowler Allen who takes it down to the 40-yard line. Hit by Carey. Flag 2 have been thrown. Back around the line of scrimmage. A 22-yard gain as it stands right now. And Hockley will confer.
Holding. Offense, number 72. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. Repeat first down.
That's Barksdale called again.
Yeah, and he's got his work cut out for him. He's got a really good player over there in Khalil Mack. He knows him well enough, but look, he gets beat across his face. He just grabs and holds on, and that allows Rivers enough time to sit in there and make a good throw down the field.
Did you just say get beats across his face?
Across his face.
Yeah, okay. All right, okay. No one wants that, right?
No, you don't want to let him. You don't want to give him a clear, short path to the quarterback. You want to make him run the hump, make him go around you, not through you.
First down and 20 right now with Benjamin on the move, and he gets the handoff, and he'll take it the other way and slips. Hamilton was there, put down by Mack. There goes a flag. 2 of them again thrown in there as Benjamin carries for the 12th time this season. He's just under 100 yards. It was a gain of 2 as it stands.
That's going to be on Antonio Gates, I believe. Unless, of course, it was at the line of scrimmage. Let's see. Behind the line of scrimmage. The officials are discussing whether to pick up that flag.
There was no foul for a black in the back.
See?
However, there was a personal foul. Unnecessary roughness defense. Number 52. 15 yards. Automatic first down.
That's your reigning NFL Defensive Player of the Year, Khalil Mack.
That's called a JOP. JOP.
Well, yeah.
Jump on the pile.
Yeah, can't do it.
Can't do it.
Rich, this defense held the Eagles last week in Philadelphia. Just 216 total yards, and they forced a couple of Philadelphia turnovers.
The defense really has played so much better since they made that coordinator change back on November 21st. John Pagano's come in. They've played faster. They've played with more confidence. As I said, Kevin, they tried to simplify some things and really focus in on what the players do well.
Well, under Ken Norton, they allowed a lot of yards. They only had 14 sacks. Under Pagano, they've had 16 sacks in just 5 games. You said they've simplified concepts. Back in 30 seconds after this from Fidelity Investments.
A wealth of information. A wealth of perspective. A wealth of opportunities. That's the clarity you get from Fidelity Wealth Management. Straightforward advice, tailored recommendations, tax-efficient investing strategies, and a dedicated advisor to help you grow and protect your wealth. Fidelity Wealth Management.
Raiders took the timeout. You talked about their defense simplifying the concepts. The numbers would support it was the right move to make. Their defense has really played well for Pagano.
Sometimes, you game plan and you scheme and you add all this volume, and sometimes it's confusing to the players.
Right.
And so, for a guy like Bruce Irvin, John Pagano said, hey, you're a good pass rusher. We're going to have you rush the pass. We're not going to have you drop into coverage. We're going to do what you do and let you just cut it loose. And that's when I think this team, this defense in particular, they've begun to turn the corner.
Chargers have 3 timeouts. It is a 1st and 10. Rivers today, 9 of 14. Crumbling pocket goes, got him wide open. Tyrell Williams, 56-yard touchdown. Woo. That'll make mom and the kids happy.
Well, this is just a blown coverage, a breakdown in communication on the back end between the corner, Sean Smith. Just watch here. He's just going to run right down the middle of the field. When they get to about the 40-yard line, watch the corner and the safety. They both come off on the crosser, and they turn the post route loose. I mean, this is just too easy for a quarterback like Phillip Rivers. Tyrell Williams is wide open in the secondary.
Rose with the extra point. Chargers have reclaimed the lead, and down the middle it goes. 14-10 LA. 5:12 to go. Another touchdown pass by Rivers. 26th of the season. Rivers has thrown 25 touchdown passes for 10 consecutive years. That is number 3 in back of Manning and Breeze. Right there he had Tyrell Williams wide open with confusion in the Raiders secondary. And the 56-yard touchdown pass, only outdone by the 87-yard touchdown pass of the Charger quarterback, Derek Carr, to Amari Cooper. We've had fireworks here in the first half in L.A. That is out of the end zone touchback. Raiders 1st and 10 from the 20, or 25. And so we know that the Chargers have got to win, Rich, and they need Tennessee to lose, and they really want Buffalo to lose well. But those are the updated scores there at the bottom.
Yeah, look, they need some help. They know that. But as Anthony Lynch said, the head coach, we cannot spend any of our time, our energy worried about those other games. We've got to take care of business against the Raiders. And look, if you felt like the Raiders were going to come in here and roll over and take it on the chin, you were sadly mistaken. This team is going to fight to the finish.
Carr on 1st and 10. He goes outside. There's Crabtree. Coverage by Trevor Williams. It's a gain of 5. He's out to the 30-yard line. Just a bit of housekeeping here. Marshawn Lynch has gone over 10 yards today, which means he's over 800 for the year, which means he just got a $600,000 bonus. He's closing in. If he can get over 90 yards today, he'll get 10,000 yards in his career, and he'd be the 31st running back in pro football history to accomplish that.
He's seen an increase in his workload over the second half of the season.
And in his wallet, 2nd down and 5. Here he comes again, Marshawn Lynch. Look at him, bulldoze and break tackles and take it in the secondary. Brought down by Boston, 15-yard one. He runs with ferocity.
Yeah, he's a violent runner, Kevin. I think that's the best way to say it. I mean, you just look at the explosiveness. Very unique and unorthodox running style. He breaks tackles with strength and power from his lower body. And I've always said he runs angry and with great determination. He knows how to finish runs.
He's got 39 yards right now. 60-some away from 10,000. 1st and 10. Fake to Patterson. Dropped by Lynch. Marshawn, we're talking about, he's only caught 18 passes this season. But Lynch drops that one, Amanda, on that 1st and 10.
Yeah, when we were talking to Brandon Meebane, the tackle for the Chargers, he goes way back with Marshawn Lynch. And we asked him, what is it about Lynch that it just makes him so difficult to tackle? And he said, you know what? He dances the exact same way that he runs. And we said, what does that mean? He goes, very aggressively. So I'm not quite sure if we want to see him on the dance floor, but we certainly appreciate it on the field, guys.
Yeah, no kidding. That's a good story. 2nd down and 10. Meebane played with him at Cal.
Yeah, they're very
played with
close.
him at Seattle.
Yeah, they were in each other's weddings.
Yeah. he runs like he dances. 2nd down and 10. And this is Cooper with the 1st down, and he gets a block from Roberts, and there goes a flag, and it might be on the Raiders with that illegal
That's
block.
Roberts again. There's no reason for, when you see this block, you're going to just scratch your head. And this has been a problem. I mean, that's bad football. What, you're going to see Seth Roberts come in here and block?
Illegal block in the back by the offense, number 10. 10-yard penalty. Repeat 2nd down. The foul was enforced from the spot of the foul.
So he gets thrown right there. Another penalty flag, and they'll quickly yank him. Much to the chagrin of head coach Jack Del Rio. 2nd down and 3.
You can look at the wide receivers coach there, Rob Moore, talking to him. You got a big gain, and there's no reason for those type of mistakes.
Bosa and Ingram have been quiet so far. Again, some suspect tackles. Newhouse struggled last week mightily in Philadelphia, and then they got a rookie at that left tackle. 2nd down and 3. Lynch is back there, and Marshawn gets the call with a block by Cook, and a tackle made by, as you can see, the celebration by Trey Boston. Gain of 2 on the play. They put him near the 1st down, the 46, about a yard shy, probably.
Well, when they lost Donald Penn in week 15, Kevin, and they had to put the rookie David Sharp in their left tackle, they really started using 3 tight end sets a lot more. You get those big bodies in there. You get the extra tight end in there, Brown and Smith, along with Cook, and you help him out. Look at this. He's at the left tackle position. He's got some help on his left side.
Yeah, Penn, the 3-time Pro Bowler again this year. 3rd and 1, Marshawn Lynch. He just carves his way for another 1st down, hit by a couple, picks up 3, gets down to the 43-yard line of L.A.
I just love the way he runs. I mean, we talk about being a tough tackle, and since 2007, no running back has been better at making defenders miss. He's got 567 missed tackles forced. That's the most since 2007.
So in the last 4 games, he's averaged over 5 yards a carry. You're right, 3rd most broken tackles in the NFL. A 6-time 1,000-yard rusher. 31 years of age, playing for his hometown team. Think he's going to come back, Rich, with the Raiders?
I'm not sure. I think he's having fun. There's no question he can still do it.
We've reached the 2-minute warning. Long touchdown passes both way in a big game in the NFL. One-time Los Angeles Raiders, now the Oakland Raiders, making their first return in 23 years to play a game in L.A. 1st and 10, 1 timeout for the Raiders. Sharp the block, Lynch with the chip. Carr wanting to go deep. He's looking for Holden, double-teamed and picked off. Trey Boston comes up with his 5th pick of the year. Big time interception. $27-yard return.
Well, this one took too long to develop. You just watch Derek Carr. He's going to start to his right. Watch at the top of his drop. Watch where his eyes are. He's looking here. Now he's late coming back to his left. And when you throw the ball late down the middle, bad things happen. That play just took way too long to develop.
Well, here's the thing, Rich. The Raider offense is number 28 in giveaways. They've turned it over 26 times. The Chargers are number 5 in takeaways with their 26th right there.
You want to know how you go from 12-4 to 6 wins? They've got a -12 turnover ratio. Only 3 teams are worse. And by comparison, a year ago, they were a league best, a +16. And that's a huge difference. And that's really the difference between winning 12 and winning just 6 games this season.
Remarkable.
Not taking care of the football on offense and not taking it away on defense.
3 timeouts for Rivers. 1st down and 10. Barksdale the block at the right tackle. Gates underneath and held by Bowman. Navarro Bowman has led the team in tackles for the Raiders. 8 of 9 games. Gain of 4. He's out to the 27. Gates with a 2nd catch today.
Don't sleep on Gates. He's still sneaky good.
2nd down and 6 underneath. Here comes Melvin Gordon, one of the top scrimmage guys in the NFL. Brought down by the rookie free agent Morrow. Number 7 in yards from scrimmage, catching and running, Melvin Gordon. One of the best. 12-yard gain there.
And what did John Pagano tell us last night? Warp speed is what he referred to. When Phillip Rivers wants to jump the ball and go no huddle, they're tough.
1st and 10, moving up, slings a pass, and it's caught by Allen at the 44. That's right in front of Sean Smith. 17-yard pickup. Another 1st down. They've got 3 timeouts, and they take one right there. Chargers on the move. We'll be back in 30 seconds after this. As that graphic says right there, they score a lot before halftime.
You shouldn't be surprised with a veteran quarterback like Phillip Rivers. He's been in so many of these 2-minute situations. He knows what to do in a critical situation. And if you're the Raiders, you have to disguise your intentions. You can't show your hand with a quarterback like Rivers. You got to force him to make as many post-snap reads as possible.
Underneath 1st and 10, it's Gordon. Out of bounds, stops the clock. Nelson grabs him, gain of 3. Put him at the 41 of the Oakland Raiders. Coming up in the Verizon Halftime Report from our CBS studios in New York, join JB, Phil, Nate, Boomer, and Coach Cowher for the latest news, scores, and highlights. A look at the playoffs. All coming up on the Verizon Halftime Report. 2nd down and 7. What a job has been done by first-year coach Anthony Lynn of the Chargers. My goodness. 0-4 start on the brink of the playoffs. 2nd and 7. It's a screen. Pulley trying to give a block. They get one there, and there goes Gordon, who's brought down by Calhoun and Luani, and Calhoun looks to be hurt. 14-yard catch and run. Another 1st down. Put him at the 26.
Just watch Pulley and Wiggins get out in front of this. I mean, this is great action. They draw the rush. Rivers floats the ball to Melvin Gordon. I think this is really where he is better. He's been much more involved in the passing game this season. He's got good hands and a feel for the type of coverage, and that's why Melvin Gordon is 2nd on the team with 52 receptions.
Right, and he's nearing 500 yards in addition to running over 1,000 yards on the ground. How about this team, Rich? They have a 4,000-yard passer, a 1,000-yard receiver, and a 1,000-yard running back in Gordon.
And that's a good combination. They've got so many weapons, and they've got a quarterback, Kevin, that's really taken much better care of the football, and they've protected him better. I think he feels more comfortable back in there, and as I said, if you give him time, he can hurt you.
So it's Shalik Calhoun walking off after he was injured. The 2nd-year player from Michigan State, one-time first-team All-Big Ten player.
They've really played better up front as well. We talked about the coordinator change. Players like Calhoun inside. And
that was an injury timeout. Injury timeout, Rich. Oakland will pick it up. They're now without a timeout. Chargers have 2, 44 seconds to play. First and 10. Gordon in nickel secondary. Here comes Rivers. Underneath once again. And this is Williams, who caught that long touchdown pass before. Catch and run with nothing gained on the play. Hit out by Hamilton.
He ran about a 1-yard route.
I know it.
Actually lost ground at the end there.
I have 38 seconds to go.
Always talk about the importance of getting your depth. Running a route the right depth. Those crossing routes are about 4 to 6 yards. If you run it at or around the line of scrimmage, you make it difficult on Phillip Rivers. Difficult angle.
Gates wide, bottom of your screen. 2nd down, 9.
We've got him.
He sure does, or he did, and then he throws it, and it's caught by Gates at the 5. Coverage by Hamilton. They say he stepped in. 20-yard gain by the Hall of Famer to be Antonio Gates.
Just watch whether or not he's able to get that 2nd foot in that left foot. I don't know, Kevin. I don't know that he had the left foot. Watch where he makes this catch. The left foot comes off the ground, and I don't think he gets it back in the field of play. I think if I were the Raiders, I would challenge that call.
And they
actually, we're inside 2 minutes.
We'll look at it.
I don't think he gets that back foot down. He just ran out of room on the boundary. Just watch. It's amazing he was able to fit that in, but then that left foot doesn't come back in the field of play.
It was lifting as the ball was entering his hands, right, Rich? I mean, well, it's close. Look at that.
Yeah, I don't know that he has possession there,
right,
though, see?
That will be the concern, and that's what the group in New York will be looking at.
Let's see. We're trying to determine where he has possession. It all depends where he has possession. If you say that he had possession, sometimes when you slow it down so much, it's so hard to tell whether the ball moves at all.
Well, they've called it a reception on the field.
Well, then it's going to be difficult to overturn. Based on that other view.
The ruling on the field stands. The pass is complete.
That was it. 20-yarder. Gates
I think it was the right call. When I first saw it, Kevin, it looked like he hadn't had possession and the back foot wasn't able to get in bounds. But then when you slow it down right there, it looks like he's actually had possession. Very close, but a terrific catch nonetheless on the boundary by the future Hall of Famer.
2 timeouts. First and goal.
You have plenty of time if you're Phillip Rivers. 30 seconds and a pair of timeouts. You can run it here if you like. Just throws that one away.
And caught for the touchdown!
Maybe not.
Allen beats Carey in the corner. What a throw by Rivers. 6-yard touchdown pass.
When he first threw that ball, Ken, I thought he was throwing it out of the back of the end zone. And somehow he just dropped it in the bucket. I mean, watch this throw by Rivers. I mean, he puts it in the only possible place he can for Keenan Allen. There's the 1 foot. There's the 2nd foot. He drags the back foot. Great concentration by the Pro Bowl receiver.
Last 2 possessions, 2 straight touchdown passes. They'll review every scoring play, certainly, and that's what they're doing right now. Keenan Allen grabs onto his 6th touchdown of the season. A 6-yarder, well placed by Rivers. And that was all set up on the interception by Trey Boston.
Boy, Rivers is feeling it right now. 18 of 23, 226 yards, a pair of touchdowns, and no interceptions in the first half. Not again. Jeez.
Wow.
Boy, the kicking issues that they have had. They're getting pushed and pressured up the middle.
Nick Rose is trying that extra point.
Rivers is not liking it. Just watch the pressure. Watch the push up the middle.
That was knocked down by Jihad Ward. By the way, the Raiders have not had a block kick all season. They blocked 2 here in the first half.
Isn't that amazing?
Oh, my goodness.
Special teams. You go back to the first month of the season. Remember the issues that the Chargers had, Kevin, with the kicker?
Yes.
Koo? They lost the game in Denver. They lost a game here against the Miami Dolphins.
They had Koo, Novak, and Coons, and now they have Rose. 4th different. You said this before. It's the worst percentage of field goal combined with those 4 guys in the NFL. The Verizon halftime report. Join JB and Company. Scores, news, and highlights next from New York. The Verizon halftime report.
Never a good thing when you have to keep your fingers crossed and hope your kicker makes an extra point. I mean, you know, it's bizarre.
Wow.
It's been a real issue with the Chargers.
20-10 with LA on top. Rivers on that drive, 8 of 8. Gordon had a catch and run of 20. Gates had a big catch of 20 yards. That will be out to the 25-yard line with the touchback. First down and 10. So here are some other scores, and Tennessee is beating Jacksonville. That is not good.
How about Cincinnati?
Yes, how about Cincinnati is right. Baltimore has to win. They can also lose and things can happen, but getting in for sure if they win. And Buffalo is on top of Miami. So things are not going the way of the Chargers, except here in Los Angeles. No timeouts. The draw, Lynch.
Good tackle
and
there.
A nice tackle indeed by Denzel Perryman. Remember, the back end of this defense, the worst tackling defense in pro football. But when Perryman is in there, he's one of the best tacklers they've got.
Yeah, the biggest reason they're dead last against the run has been the poor tackling down around the line of scrimmage, which has led to so many explosive runs. But not this time. I don't know that Marshawn Lynch ever feels them, but you've got a bigger linebacker in there in Perryman at 245 pounds.
2 touchdown passes by Phillip Rivers of 56 and 6 yards. They also had a touchdown and a fumble return by the wide receiver Allen. 20-10 halftime. The Chargers. Halftime next after these first half highlights from Verizon and a word from CBS. Touchdown passes both ways. Chargers need to win to stay alive. Up by 10 at halftime. They're just under 300 yards in terms of total offense and not a lot of sack. They haven't turned the ball over. and they're going to get the ball for the first time here in the second half.
That's why I really think this first possession for the Raider defense, Kevin's going to be critical. They're down 10. They've got to get a stop, maybe a 3-and-out. And their offense has to get something going. If they continue to fall behind, they get behind by another score, then the running game of Marshawn Lynch becomes less of a factor.
Rich, you said earlier that they're not showing the scores of the other games, and of course the Chargers need some help and they got to win themselves. When you played, you were in situations like this. Did you want to know what the other teams are doing, or you just want to take care of your own business here?
Yeah, I'd love to know what the other team's doing if I've got a lead, a big lead in the second half. But I always say, Kev, what do I always say in the broadcast booth? What do I say to our crew? Keep your mind on your work. You can't be distracted. And what the Chargers have to do is focus on these next 30 minutes of taking care of business and then hoping that those other scenarios work out for them.
Desmond King, the rookie out of Iowa, back there to get it. Touch back to the 25 to the sideline, and Amanda Balionis.
Thanks, Kevin. Talked to both coaches at halftime. Anthony Lynn really disappointed with the kicking efforts for the Chargers. I asked him, are you going to be taking more two-point conversions in the second half? He said absolutely. He also said he wants to limit the aggressive penalties that they were taking on in the first half. Now, on the Raiders side, Jack Del Rio telling me, listen, we made a lot of defensive mistakes in that first half that we haven't made in the last 5 weeks. He said, I told these guys we have 30 more minutes of football this year. Let's ring in the new year with a victory.
Thank you, Amanda. Great to have you on our sideline here this afternoon. Rivers with a first down and 10. And up the middle he goes. This is Keenan Allen with room to roam. Bowman is out on his heels and down just shy of midfield. A catch and run of 23. Rich, that is the way to start your second half offense.
Yeah, this is the matchup that they want. They want Keenan Allen matched up on the linebacker. Just watch him work in here, stop and start. Little option route. You see him? He sets, he gets Bowman to jump the route. I mean, that's not what the Raiders want. They don't want their linebacker matched up on the Chargers' best receiver.
Hey, Dirty Tiger!
Dirty Tiger!
Delta!
That was my nickname in high school. Here's Rivers, who's hit his last 11 passes. Gordon will take it up the middle. Breaking tackles, doing his best impression of Marshawn Lynch. Hamilton brings him down. A hard-earned 16 yards down to the 36 of the Raiders.
I don't want to give away trade secrets, but Tiger Woods is a righty and Phil Mickelson is a lefty. And if you hear him say Tiger or you hear him say Phil, that's a pretty good indicator that they're going to run to the right or to their left.
What about Dirty Tiger?
It must mean maybe the guard pulls. I don't know everything about their offense, Kevin, but and where did we learn that? We learned that from Bill Musgrave.
That's right. That was a great story. 1st and 10. Gordon again. Big time block up front put on by Wiggins. That opens the door. Hamilton brings down Gordon. A 17-yard run. This will demoralize the defense down to the Raider 19.
Well, good looking run. You're going to see Wiggins pull, and this is good execution. You see the deuce, the left tackle blocked down, and this is what they have to do. They've got to be able to lean on Melvin Gordon in the second half.
Oliver is in now. We have the 1st and 10. Ooh, he sideswiped that time. Nice defensive play turned in by Danico Autry with a loss of 4. Back to the 23.
Just watch the penetration from Autry. He's just going to shoot right down the line of scrimmage. The left guard Feeney, he swings and misses, and penetration really hurts inside in the running game.
Oliver still in, 2nd down 14. A lot of options. And he's got Gates again to the 10. Hamilton there, Luani there. 13-yard gain. Another first down for the Chargers.
Well, great protection gets this done. Phillip Rivers takes 3 hitches, but look at Gates. He knows he's not the primary receiver, so what does he do? He just comes out under control.
Take that back. They were a yard shy. Thought they got it. Here's a 3rd and 1. And it's a gain of 3, and Oliver does get the first down there. I thought they were going to give him a better spot, but they were a 3rd and 1, and Oliver grinds it out. Now they have it 1st and goal at the 7-yard line of Oakland.
And we've seen that now a couple times from the Chargers. They come up a yard short. They've done a terrific job jumping the football, so that makes it very difficult for John Pagano to make substitutions or dial up some of those pressures in those short yardage situations. John Pagano's got some intimate knowledge of Phillip Rivers and the Chargers. He spent 15 years as an assistant with the Chargers.
Gordon is in. Gates on the move. 1st and goal. Rivers. Irvin has him. Whips him down. Incomplete pass. As the drive by Bruce Irvin. And they're discussing if it was intentional grounding.
Well, if you've got Antonio Gates in there to block Bruce Irvin, that's not a good matchup, and that's not what Gates is in there to do.
Boy, Irvin came in and made a terrific pressure.
With Phillip Rivers, though, is a smart
grounding. Offense number 17. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot and a loss of down.
He gets called for intentional grounding, and you see Irvin just beat him across the face. I mentioned that, you look at Rivers still inside the tackle box. He doesn't take a lot of hits because he's willing to throw the ball away and avoid the sack. He's got 34 throwaways, which is the most among quarterbacks. Smart player. Fortunately, in that situation, he gets called for grounding.
2nd down and goal at the 17.
What a great communicator. He goes out there, he's telling the receivers what to do, he's checking with the line.
Just total command, Rich.
He does it all.
Time again. And he's got Gates, but a great knock away by the rookie Luwani. Beautiful play, taking the place of the injured Carl Joseph, and a flag is down at the 25.
Great adjustment.
Offense number 79. 10-yard penalty. Repeat 2nd down.
Well, they're doubling Gates, and that makes a lot of sense, especially down in that part of the field. You look at Gates, 90 red zone touchdowns in his career. That's where he does most of his damage.
One thing we're talking about with John Pagano, the defensive coordinator, a mid-season change by Coach Jack Del Rio. He said, I wanted guys, in addition to making things simpler, I wanted guys to understand why we were calling plays and the basis of those decisions.
And that's really a big part of it, Kim. You have to understand why we're matching up or why we're playing coverage or why we're pressuring. What are we trying to get accomplished, especially against a quarterback like Phillip Rivers? You have to continue to mix it up with different looks and pressures versus a veteran quarterback like Rivers. He's just too smart.
3rd and goal from the 17. Rivers. The hitch, the throw, Allen, and forced out of bounds by T.J. Carey at about the 8.
Well, the grounding penalty was a big one, and they had to settle for a field goal try.
But they hold him out of the end zone.
A good stop there by the Raiders, and just if you're the Chargers, you just got to keep your fingers crossed. He's a bunch of low kicks. I don't know what it is, Kevin. I've watched the snaps. The snaps look good from the long snapper win. The hold's been good, but for some reason, Nick Rose is kicking a bunch of low ones.
25-yard try right here to extend their lead. That snap was off, but the kick is good from 25. And the Charger lead is extended. 10.5 to play in the third. On that terrific second half opening drive by the Chargers, a catch and run of 23 to Allen, 17-yard run by Gordon. He had a 16-yard run. They got Gates for 13. They get the 25-yard field goal to start things in the third.
They've been very good coming out of the half and scoring on offense. Talk about the importance of second half adjustments.
But they did have it. 1st and goal to 7. The Raider defense holds them out of the end zone. This will be out of the end zone. That's one of the reasons why they've got this kicker, by the way, because his kickoffs keep it away from guys like Patterson. Chargers and Make-A-Wish will provide hotel and airfare for Matthew and his brother-in-law, who will attend the game with him in your hometown of Minneapolis, Minnesota.
I hope he's got a jacket and hat and gloves. It's going to be great, Kevin. We're excited.
Sure is.
The Super Bowl in Minneapolis.
Lynch 1st and 10, wrapped up by King, the rookie from Iowa, who's been back there retrieving kickoffs today. It's a gain of 3 for Marshawn.
I thought it was interesting when we sat down with Raider quarterback Derek Carr last night and just talked about his season. And he said, I've really gotten into trouble where I've tried to do too much when it's not going well for our football team. I can't force the issue, at the quarterback position. And as he said, we're lacking in the details and the execution. And Jack Del Rio said something to him this week. He said, look, we'll fix the other things. I just want you to go out and cut it loose and play your game. And he does that. He's one of the best.
Into the nickel, 2nd down, 7. They've got the tight end Cook, who is hit by Pollard, and it's a gain of 6. They're a yard shy of the first. Carr has gone from potential MVP to a disappointment. A 48 rating, Rich, Monday night. Game-changing interception late. And he simply maybe has not fully healed from those fractured bones in his back.
Well, I don't know that that's the issue, Kevin. I really think he needs to take more ownership in the operation and be more demanding of everyone around him. And I'm not just talking about his teammates. I mean, it's the wide receiver coach, the offensive line coach, the coordinator, the head coach. That's what Peyton Manning used to do. That's what Drew Brees does. That's what franchise quarterbacks do.
Look at Lynch into the secondary and brought down by Boston. A 3rd and 1, a rampaging run of 19 for Marshawn Lynch to the 47-yard line of the Chargers and a 1st down.
This is some poor tackling. You just watch the blocking up front. You've got players in positions. A missed tackle there. There's a missed tackle there. You can't try and arm tackle Marshawn Lynch. You got to bring all your body. I had a great conversation with Brandon Meadbane. He said you got to be able to use your lower body as well when you try and tackle a back like Marshawn Lynch. They played against each other, obviously, or practiced against each other in college, and that's what Meadbane said. You've got to go in there with some purpose and an attitude to try and get Marshawn Lynch on the ground.
Now 30 yards away from 10,000. 1st and 10. Outside they go. Here is Cooper. Looks like he's got the first. He's down to the 37, a pickup of 10. Let's go to Boomer Esiason in New York.
Hey, Kevin, a little bit of an update on an injury, sad injury for the Buffalo Bills. This is LaShawn McCoy. He gets rolled up on, twists his right ankle. He was carted off the field. The Buffalo Bills are saying that he is questionable to return. I doubt he's going to return into this game, but they do lead Miami 13-0. Back to you and Rich.
Good stuff, Boomer. They would not be near the team they are without LaShawn McCoy.
And they've got a chance, Kevin. They've got to win, and Baltimore has to lose. Baltimore's losing, trailing right now, the Cincinnati Bengals, so Buffalo's got a real good shot at it.
Lynch 1st and 10. Breaking one tackle. Cuts. Jukes. Drives and takes it down to the 26-yard line. Brought down to the play by Jaleel Adai. It is a gain of 10. It is another 1st down. 20 yards away from 10,000.
Well, keep an eye on Joey Bosa. He just over pursues it. You've got to be able to set the edge. Look at Bosa. He's got his eyes in the wrong place. You've got to be able to force Marshawn Lynch back up inside. You can't give him a two-way go and allow him to get outside.
5-time Pro Bowler, 2-time All-Pro, 6-time 1,000-yard rusher. 31-year-old Marshawn Lynch. 1st and 10. Washington, the running back. 2 tight ends. Washington. And hit Pollard, who grew up in the Los Angeles area, limiting him to a gain of 2. He gets to the 24. Well, we're scoreboard watching here, aren't we? Look at Tennessee. Jacksonville had to beat Tennessee.
Bad news for
news is right.
The Chargers. This is bad news for the Chargers, and this, unfortunately, is bad news for the Chargers.
Boy, has Miami stunk it up last couple of weeks, huh? After winning two in a row and beating New England on Monday night. 2nd down and 8.
Got those U-Hauls packed, Kevin. Getting ready to head home.
Yep. Carr. And Cooper. And they'll talk. Did he catch? Nope. On the chalk and out of bounds.
Well, really close, though. Watch Amari Cooper. Watch the patience here. Watch the extension and watch the concentration. I mean, he's doing everything he can to keep both of those feet in bounds. I think it just his momentum carries him across the white. Yeah, I think that left foot.
They're catching some passes, though, Rich, because they come in as, they're going to challenge
It's going to be hard to tell.
I
from
know,
that angle.
I agree. Because they've ruled an incompletion on the field. But this team has dropped a lot. Cooper, in particular, first half of the season.
Ruling on the field.
Dropped a lot.
Yeah,
but
25 drops, tied for 3rd most. In fact, no team has had more drops over the last 3 seasons than the Raiders. He holds on to this one, but I don't think he's able to drag that back foot in bounds right there. You just look, and it certainly looks like it's not the right foot, it's the left foot. I think that's the issue. You see that left foot? His momentum is starting to drag him
So he doesn't have the ball yet, and now he'll pin it against his shoulder pad.
Yeah, right there, the right foot looks good, but it's the left foot. I don't think they're going to win that one.
Raiders back in Los Angeles. First game in LA area in 23 years. Played here from 82 to 94. In the playoffs 7 times. Won a Super Bowl. First game here since 1995 when they moved back to Oakland.
And they're going to finish with a sub-500 record for the 5th time in 6 years. And they had a great season last year. They go 12-4. And you and I have talked about it a lot, Kevin. The difference between going 12-4 and 6-10 isn't much.
No.
I mean, it just, you
The ruling on the field stands. The pass was incomplete. His feet were out of bounds when he actually possessed the ball. Oakland is charged with their first time out of the half.
2 left for them.
It's a lack of execution. Derek Carr talked a lot about it last night in our production meetings. We just haven't executed. We haven't all been on the same page. In offensive football, it's about communication and it's about execution. You change coordinators. They fired Bill Musgrave after going 12-4. Todd Dowling took over, and it's been a rough year for the Raiders on offense.
3rd down 8. With Carr throwing a dart. Grabbed by the running back, Richard. Gain of 6 on 3rd and 8. 4th and 2. Ingram is there. They're down to the 17-yard line. Offense stays on the field.
Good route by the back. I really like this Jalen Richard. He's a tough guy. He does a lot of different things. Plays special teams. He can run it. Good receiver. And when you're 6 and 9, Kevin, you go for it on 4th down.
4th and 2. Lynch is in.
Well, they couldn't get lined up. And I've seen this a lot from this football team.
Rich, are the Raiders your biggest disappointment this season, would you say, overall, as you canvass the league?
Certainly one of them, Kevin. So many people were talking about this being the year for the Raiders. They're going to win the AFC West. They won 12 games last year. I think they carried a lot of momentum into the offseason last year. Derek was healthy. They went out and signed Marshawn Lynch. They didn't really utilize him, in my opinion, the right way the first half of the season. He was a non-factor. Defensively, they were awful the first 8 weeks of the season. And then, of course, they make the change to John Pagano, and they have played better. But still, you look at the numbers, they're 19th in offense. They're 19th in defense. They've been very mediocre, and they've been an up-and-down team. And I know it's been a major cause of concern and quite frankly frustration for Jack Del Rio.
4th and 2. They've used 2 timeouts on this drive. Lynch in. Pitch out to Marshawn. Pulling with the block, Newhouse. Oh, the great tackle from Palapoy from behind. No gain on the play. Tenny Palapoy comes up with a huge defensive play. Number 95 right on the back of Lynch. Russ Bradley, the defensive coordinator, doing a good job with that group. They've improved a lot this year. So on downs, Rivers takes over, 1st and 10. Outside, Gordon. With a beat on him, Nelson. And a hit by the linebacker, Cowser. It is a gain of 2 to the 20.
Well, it's been a busy day for Philip Rivers. Done a good job spreading the football around. Keenan Allen's got a half-dozen catches. Big throw here, a 56-yard strike to Tyrell Williams. And a terrific throw here in the back of the end zone to Keenan Allen. Not a lot of quarterbacks, Kevin, can make that throw. Just a perfect touch throw in the back of the end zone for 6.
5 in the secondary for the Raiders. 2nd down and 8. Rivers has thrown 2 touchdowns today, meaning he's 2 touchdowns from passing Fran Tarkenton for 6th all-time, 2nd and 8. Outside, Allen. Nice shoestring tackle by Khalil Mack on a gain of 4, and the 100th reception of the season for Keenan Allen.
You could make the argument he could be the comeback player of the year, Kevin.
Yes.
He missed all that time last year with the ACL injury. And you look at his production this year, it's right up there with Antonio Brown. And DeAndre Hopkins of the Houston Texans. I mean, this guy has put up some big numbers for the Chargers.
Gordon is in 3rd down and 4. They bring the blitz. Swings it out. Nice catch made by Travis Benjamin. Hamilton is right there. Pickup of 5. They get the first down by 2. They're at their own 30-yard line.
That was not an easy catch from Travis Benjamin. He had to go down and get it. This one is down around his shoelaces. Rivers doesn't get all of this. This one just kind of sinks on him, and Travis Benjamin has the patience to go down there and dig it out of the ground.
283 yards through the air for the quarterback, Rivers. 1st and 10. Bouncing and finally wrapped up that time. Gordon is hit by Keith McGill and driven backwards for a loss of a couple.
You don't see this very often, but when they try and run the football, they normally don't run the football behind Antonio Gates. Just watch this effort here. Watch what Mack does to him. Watch this. Oh, get out of the way. He's not in there to block anyone at the point of attack. That's why you don't usually see him as an inline player. Run the ball away from 85.
2nd down 12. Fake to Gordon. Blocked by Okun at the left tackle. And he's got Mike Williams, a high draft pick, hit by Smith. He picks up on the play 8, and they'll put him at the 37.
You just watch Philip Rivers, and he's got such great strength in the arm. Watch it. He's sitting with his eyes and his feet down the middle of the field, and then he just, at the last second, he just redirects it and just flicks it out there. He's got great arm strength. It generates a lot of that power and that torque to his midsection, his core.
3rd and 4.
Like the empty backfield set, it really helps define the coverage for Philip Rivers.
Moves up on the move.
You don't see that very often.
He's got the first down, picking up 5, head first to the 41. At 35 years of age, Rivers dives for the first.
You don't see this very often, but look at the opening for a guy like Philip Rivers. He can't help himself. He says, I don't want to do this, but I have to. It's kind of a last resort type thing. You probably count on one hand the number of times this year that Philip Rivers has run for a first down.
Well, he was -7 rushing yards coming into today.
So now he's what, -2?
Well, I'm not a math guy, but yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're pretty good.
Hey, rush Tiger, Mike's not.
Tiger, right? So where's it going, guys? You're paying attention at home. It's got to go to the right.
1st and 10. Brandon Oliver drilled from behind the line, and nice hit right there by the rookie out of UCLA, Eddie Vanderdoes. Loss of 2. He's been a starter all season long. 3rd round pick out of UCLA.
Good look at defensive coordinator John Pagano.
He told us a lot of things about what he is trying to get across. They do more visual things, Rich. They try to walk through more than classroom stuff.
Yeah, you want to keep them interested, Kevin. It's tough, though, when you take over so late in the season to make major wholesale changes.
2nd down 12, moves up and then slings the ball and dropped by Gates.
Luani was a
no, you sure don't.
There's an 8-time Pro Bowler, the all-time leader among tight ends and touchdown catches, and it's very rare that you see a guy like Antonio Gates drop a ball. He's got hands with glue on them. What do you say to a guy like Gates when he comes back to the huddle after a drop? What can you say?
It's like a pass at Kent State. You should have grabbed it inside for a layup.
That's right.
Former college basketball player. Kent State was good when he was in 3rd down and 12. They have 5 in their secondary, and that's what Rivers will look into and go. He's got Benjamin. There he goes. Another long touchdown pass. Travis Benjamin, 62 yards. What a day for Rivers. 354 yards through the air.
Well, keep an eye on the safety and the corner, and the same thing happens. There's some confusion. And you watch the post route, watch the safety. He steps up, the corner outside thinks he's got help in the middle of the field, and he doesn't. Antonio Hamilton's anticipating that Reggie Nelson's going to be in the middle of the field, and he's not. And that's the second time today we've seen the Chargers hit the Raiders for a post route because the corner and the safety aren't on the same page. A communication breakdown on the back end.
Rose the extra point, 62 yards. Rivers to Benjamin, and the long touchdown pass to Travis Benjamin. It's touchdown pass number 342. He ties Fran Tarkenton for 6th all-time in pro football history. The ensuing kickoff with a 20-point lead. And Patterson will bring it out for the first time today. He's one of the best that's ever taken him out with a tackle on a 29-yard return by Michael Davis of the Chargers with the stop moments ago.
Just watch the eyes of Phillip Rivers. It tells you all you need to know about that previous play. Just watch how big they get at the end when he realizes that he's got Travis Benjamin screaming to the post. I mean, he can't believe it. It's the same thing that happened earlier on the touchdown to Williams. I mean, look at the reaction from his kids, his wife. Sometimes you just can't believe what you're seeing. That's two blown coverages, 2 communication breakdowns on the back end for the Oakland Raiders. And it doesn't take much. Phillip Rivers sees it all. You see him talking to offensive coordinator Ken Wisenhunt.
So here is Derek Carr with the 1st and 10. Marshawn Lynch, and stuck in the middle, but he will not be denied. Look at him just grind his way into the grasp of King, and a gain of 5.
I'd like to see the Raiders.
Gosh,
I'd like to see the Raiders jump the ball, Kevin. Go no huddle, pick the tempo up here a little bit. Give Carr some freedom and flexibility to dial up some of these plays, and they've got to start being a little bit more aggressive. Down 20 as we get near the end of the 3rd quarter.
With a 2nd down and 5 here comes Lynch. Nice tackle from the side, come up by King once again with a gain of 2 to the 33.
Sometimes when I got in these situations, I'd look over to the offensive coordinator and I'd say, "Down, Buster, it's my turn."
That was Gruden you said that to,
That's right. Yeah. Down, Buster.
All right. You're watching. Well, the Chargers needed Tennessee to lose, Baltimore to win, and Buffalo to lose. And they're losing on all those count except here. Here is a 3rd and 3 for Derek Carr. Down by 20 points. Fumbling pocket and taken down. Bosa was there. Also getting hit inside from Rochelle. 2nd sack. And they'll push it back to the 25. Here comes the punting unit.
Yeah, it's rare that you've had this left tackle, the rookie, David Sharp, on an island, and he just can't hold up against Joey Bosa. Bosa's had a terrific season. Look at Bosa and Ingram. They've combined for 143 pressures, Kevin. That's the most of any duo in the league, and 21.5 sacks.
Here comes King to punt with Benjamin back. And he's going to fair catch it. Flag has been thrown. By the way, cleaning up on Bosa. That's just his 2nd sack in the last month. He's been getting overloaded with all kinds of double teams and triple teams.
Well, you look at the Raiders today, they've been in so many heavy formations with Tiger, 2 tight end sets, 3 tight end sets. They've made sure they've taken care of the edges against Joey Bosa and Melvin Ingram. Tough sometimes when you're dealing with double teams most of the day.
Penalty is against the Raiders in the initial Ed Hockley ruling. Looks like it's holding.
Holding by the kicking team, number 50. The Chargers have elected to enforce that from the end of the kick. 1st down.
14-14 in the 4th. Rivers after the Oakland Raider punt. Here come the Chargers. They got it 1st and 10. They're at their own 38. Rivers 3 touchdown passes today, 354 yards through the air. Quick in, caught by Allen, tackled by Smith, 43-yard line. Gain of 6. Rich, the Charger offense has scored on 5 of their 7 possessions this afternoon here in Carson.
I think sometimes just, Rivers is in such a roll right now. You just get out of the way. I mean, just keep feeding him the ball. It's been that kind of day for Ken Whisenhunt. It's easy to call plays when Rivers is playing this well.
It's Gordon on 2nd down and 4. And it's Mack with the tackle. There's a look at Ken Whisenhunt, the former head coach of the Tennessee Titans.
He's done a nice job as well. We talked about Anthony Lynn not panicking after they started 0-4, and same can be said for Ken Whisenhunt, a former head coach. I mean, they stuck to the plan. They made some adjustments. They got the running game going a little bit more. But when you've got a quarterback like Phillip Rivers, it's so special. When you feel that he's in a rhythm and he's rolling, you just kind of stay out of the way and let him go do his thing. He'll find you a completion.
3rd and 5.
Corner blitz.
And he's got the wide open receiver, the dancing Keenan Allen, looking for a block. Reggie Nelson is there inside the 30. Winding run after the catch of 27. First down.
Well, this is amazing. I don't even know what to say. They don't even cover Keenan Allen. How do you do that? I mean, you just turn them loose. There's been so many communication breakdowns. You got to wonder, since Carl Joseph has left, maybe there's some communication issues on the back end with the rookie Luani. But man, how do you turn loose the Chargers' leading receiver?
101 receptions now for Allen this season.
I could have completed that ball. I didn't even cover him.
1st and 10. Look at the time. And the throw almost picked off on the play by T.J. Carey.
T.J. Carey's been their most consistent cover corner. He does a good job when he has to go inside in the slot. And he's in good position. He's got a chance to make this interception. Kind of an underthrow. He threw it behind his intended receiver, Travis Benjamin. And Carey had a real good opportunity there. They've dropped a lot of interceptions this season. You study the Raiders, their first 15 games of the season, have just 14 takeaways so far this season.
With a 2nd down and 10, here comes Gordon with the cut and drilled by Navarro Bowman with a gain of 2. They're down to the 27-yard line. And what's interesting to hear Phillip Rivers talk to you the other day about his head coach, Anthony Lynn. He said there was no panic with an 0-4 start. Lynn would not let us quit. He said Lynn said the first 4 weeks, Richie told you, made us the team that we are now.
And I also thought that, they lost to Jacksonville to go to 3-6, and Anthony Lynn came in on Monday morning. The first thing out of his mouth was, we're still in the playoff hunt. And that really made an impression with Phillip Rivers and his teammates. And then they proceeded to peel off 4 straight wins. I think that was a big turning point for this organization.
Rivers 3rd and 8. Barksdale the block, but here comes the pressure, and down he goes. Irvin is around his waist. And they make the tackle. It's back at the 35, a loss of 7.
Well, this is a pretty good indicator that's going to be a corner blitz, and Phillip Rivers doesn't see the corner come until it's way too late. You see Sean Smith screaming off the edge. They brought a couple of them here in the 4th quarter.
They've allowed, this offensive line, just 18 sacks. That's the first they've allowed in 10 quarters. 106 dropbacks.
This is no snap, no play. They're not even trying to.
4th and 15.
They draw them off sides. Let's take a delay of game. Punt the football.
Here's a look at Phillip Rivers, just 2 wins away from tying Terry Bradshaw for 107 regular season wins. Right now he's got 105. And their comeback from an 0-4 start has been pretty remarkable.
He's like a coach on the field. I mean, what a guy that's been in this system. I mean, so good in situational football. They don't make a lot of mistakes as an offense. When you add up their turnovers, penalties, and sacks, they have the 3rd fewest number in the league this season.
Kaiser will punt. He has 9 touchbacks on punts. That one's going to die at about the 7. And it's a 33-yarder. 10-16 fourth quarter. Raiders get the ball. Well, we've talked all day about the things that have got to happen for the Chargers, but you can see Tennessee just watched Jacksonville score. Baltimore is coming back against Cincinnati. Buffalo is all over Miami. The Bills are in with the win and a Baltimore loss. They're in with a Charger loss or tie. That's not going to happen. So there's just a lot going on 1st and 10. It's Seth Roberts who makes the grab, and he's hit on the play by the man in the middle, Pollard. Gain of 7 to JB in New York.
Kevin, a lot going on, including this. Well, how about this? This is Marcus Mariota trying to hand the ball off to Derrick Henry, something they've done all year long pretty well until right there. And Yannick Ngakoue picks the ball up, returns it for a touchdown. That's the Jags' 7th TD this year. Titans lead 15-10. Back to you guys in San Diego.
JB, I wish we were in San Diego, but we're in Los Angeles, and there was a drop pass out there. I don't think you and I have said it once, by the way.
We've been good. We've done a number of times this year, right? That's because what do I have right here, Kevin? I have a big sign that says
Raiders
Los
and
Angeles Chargers.
Yes. Third down and 3.
No Crabtree. He hasn't been into this series. Standing over there with his hat on.
Here comes Lynch. Grabbed by King around the waist and then slithering down to his knees, and a gain of 2 on 3rd and 3. 4th and 1 coming up.
Good penetration up inside, and the Chargers defense talked all week about making this a one-dimensional game and not allowing Marshawn Lynch to take over.
It was interesting when you were talking to me, Ben, the other day. So went back to 2011 Chicago Bears tape to get a feel what Mike Tice does on that offensive line.
Tice was the offensive line coach, so he saw a lot of the similar run concepts and splits and tendencies. It just goes to show the detail that players go through to prepare for a football game.
4th and 1. And the ball is loose, and Carr gives it up, and it looks like the Chargers have gotten the fumble by Derek Carr. It has been that kind of day for Jack Del Rio. Carr fumbles for a 3rd time this season. And it's another Raider turnover.
Well, I think Phylon gets in there right between the center and the left guard, and he's the one that knocks the ball loose from Derek Carr.
Timeout in LA. Philip Rivers was looking to his family for scores on other games, and that's right. Yeah, it's not all that good. And Mom, look at Mom up there. Her expression says it all. You're not getting any help.
No,
you're not getting any help from anybody else.
Their friends around the league are not doing their job.
With a fumble by Carr, a takeover at the 16. Gordon 1st and 10. Sheds 1, can't get by Luani. Takes it for 6, down to the 10.
I've really been impressed with Melvin Gordon this season, Kevin. He's a talented runner. You know, he worked out a lot in the offseason with Adrian Peterson. I think there's some similarities. He's got strong hands. He's got a great second gear once he gets through the line of scrimmage. And he is a determined runner. It's important to him. Football is important to Melvin Gordon.
Wears 28 because he admired Adrian Peterson so much. Worked out with Peterson a couple years ago in Houston. Said it turned him around after his rookie year. 2nd and 4. It's Gordon burrowing his way. Nelson there, Ellis there, Luani there. Gain of 3. Put him at the 7, a couple yards shy of a 1st down.
And he went to offensive coordinator Ken Wisenhunt early in the offseason, and he said, I want to be a complete back. I don't want to come off the field on 3rd down. I want to be a dependable receiver and a blocker for Philip Rivers.
3rd and 1. And Ellis and company in there. Lee with a hit. No gain on the play. 4th and 1.
Probably go for it in this situation, right? Just up 30-10. You're not sure if you can make a kick. You need about a half a yard.
Raiders come in having lost 3 straight, 4 of 6, 5 of 7. They've turned it over twice today. They're minus 14 in the giveaway takeaway.
Don't you get the impression sometimes that Philip Rivers looks over to the sidelines of his coach and he decides whether they're going to go for it or not? He's like, I'm not coming off the field. Call a play.
I know. Watt is in now. 4th and 1. Cumberland, the tight end, in motion. Rivers. Gordon.
I don't know if he got it.
Drilled on the play by Autry.
Well, that's good penetration.
That was. I don't think they got it. No gain on the play.
You look at Autry and Navarro Bowman. Look at Bowman and Autry, both in the backfield. Great stop.
Navarro Bowman has been terrific for the Raiders. Rivers, 3 touchdown passes, 387 through the air. Gordon, 93 yards on the ground. Allen, 133 receiving yards. All the principles of the offense have played well today.
Just shy of 500 yards of offense.
Wow.
Against this Raider defense.
1st down and 10. Carr with a block right there by Hudson. And here goes Marshawn Lynch. And he'll dive his way into the grasp of the linebacker, Jatavis Brown. 17-yard catch and run to the 25.
They're a good screen team because they have an offensive line that's athletic and can get out and run. You look at Rodney Hudson, Osemele, Jackson, all very good getting on the perimeter.
Highest paid offensive line in the NFL. 1st and 10. Underneath they go. Seth Roberts, good move, but another slip. And the subsequent stops, initially hit by Pollard with a gain of 8. Crabtree watches. I wonder if he's injured or something.
Well, we've asked, and we've got no update. And this is, look, if he's hurt, Kevin, that's one thing. If he just takes himself out of the game, that's another thing. And that's one of the problems that this team has had in critical situations. We talked about it a couple weeks ago against the Kansas City Chiefs. Just, Marshawn Lynch taking himself out of the game. Michael Crabtree.
Gain of 5. Roberts with the catch on that 2nd down and 2. It's a 1st down. Amanda's on the sideline.
Yeah, guys, I did talk to the Raiders PR team, and their official word was that Crabtree, it was not an injury-related thing, so he is not out due to injury.
Oh, that's good. That's amazing. If you're Derek Carr, I mean, how does that sit with you? You got a teammate. You're trying to play. You're fighting your heart out, and you got your best players just taking themselves out of the game.
Roberts taking his place and doing a good job. A catch and run takes him down to the 37-yard line. Hit by Boston. 26-yard catch and run. 1st down Raiders. And it looks like a player's down. Is that Jatavis Brown? On a knee it is.
I don't know what more to say. I'm at a loss for words with the Crabtree situation.
Well, he's their leading receiver, Rich.
But we've seen this time and time again throughout the course of the season. I said it was from the conditioning. You look at Marshawn Lynch at times. He runs 3 or 4 big runs, and then he takes himself out of the game. You look at Crabtree. He's got a history of doing that. And I can tell you, if you behave like that, you won't be back in Oakland next year. I can promise you that.
Regardless who's coaching.
Regardless of who's coaching.
We talked to Jack last night here in Los Angeles, and he was up. He always is. I mean, he's incredibly honest with us. He was a former teammate of yours, Rich.
He was a former teammate of with me with the Vikings. And look, I know he's frustrated. He's already told us, look, I've already started thinking about the offseason, the changes we have to make as an organization with our players, with our staff.
1st down and 10. Big hit there by Pollard. Roberts with the catch. The Raiders... By the way, the Raiders have not ended the regular season with a win since 2009. I was surprised to see that number. They have not ended the regular season with the win since 2009.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, hit to a defenseless receiver. It's a 15-yard penalty from the end of the run. 1st down.
Baltimore, by the way, has just scored, which is exactly what the Chargers need.
I always think, Kevin, it's important. If you're not a playoff team, that last game of the regular season can really set the tone for your offseason program. You get a win on the road against a divisional team like the Chargers, you carry some momentum into the offseason. You feel better on Monday as you clean out your locker about the future. But this performance today was extremely disappointing and not what I was anticipating from the Oakland Raiders.
1st and 10. It's Lynch. There was a lead block right there and a good one by Newhouse. And he's finally brought down by Boston along with a hit there from Jenkins. A gain of 11. Marshawn Lynch. He has just gone over 10,000 yards. The 31st running back in pro football history to go to 10,000 on the ground. What an achievement.
It's a good-looking run there by Marshawn Lynch. Just shy of 100. He's got 98 on 17 carries.
That's what he had to get to. First and goal at the 8. Digs his way and adds to that. He takes it for 3 down to the 5. A lot of respect for that guy around the NFL. And here's a guy that was off all of last season, Rich. Comes back and plays for his hometown team, and he's got a lot invested in this try. He's 31 years of age, and we talked about this earlier. Will he come back?
He still has plenty left in the tank, in my opinion. He is still a special runner.
Second goal at the 5. There was a good hit from behind the line with no gain on the play. They'll stop him again at the 5.
You know, it was really a running back by committee approach the first 8 games of the season, and I think that was a mistake in hindsight for the Raiders, Kevin. You got a back like Marshawn Lynch. He should have been more involved in the game plans early in the season. It wasn't really until the halfway point that they began to increase his workload.
But was he in shape, Rich? He may not have been in shape.
I don't know. What is training camp for anymore these days? I mean,
well, they can't hit. We know that, except for just a handful of times. Third and goal at the 5. Carr. And it was picked off. Flag thrown. Casey Hayward may have just picked off Carr for the second time by the Chargers in the end zone. They got him earlier with the Boston end zone interception.
The field is that the pass was incomplete.
Okay.
There was holding by the offense, number 71.
That's Sharp, the left tackle. Let's see if he caught the ball.
I think he trapped it. Yeah, I think it hits the ground.
I do, yeah. There was nothing to go underneath it when he caught it. And quickly, the
back
line
judge.
Yeah, that's right. The back judge got him. Saw it.
Holding penalty on the...
The Chargers have declined the penalty. It brings up 4th down.
Well, this drive started back at the 8 because the defense of the Raiders stopped a goal to go of the Chargers. And on this drive, they've gotten a 17-yard catch and run by Lynch, 26-yard catch and run by Roberts. And Derek Carr, who is 19 of 27 with a touchdown and a pick and 2:43 through the air, is going to have it 4th and goal at the 5. A long 5. And the running back is Richard. Carr got the block from Sharp on the move, chased by Square. Runs out of real estate and throws it away, and on downs the Chargers hold him. On the goal to go. And they'll take over.
That's where the Chargers have been outstanding this year. Their red zone defense, their 3rd in scoring defense. They're giving up just 17.5 points a game, and they're stingy once you get down in the red zone. They do a good job of making you settle for field goals in this part of the field. In this situation, the Raiders turned the ball over on downs. Derek Carr had nowhere to go with that football. Number 1 red zone defense in football this season under Gus Bradley. Offenses are converting just 38% down inside the 20.
So the Chargers, who beat the Raiders in Oakland back in mid-October by 1 on a field goal, have a commanding 20-point lead here. And there's a new quarterback coming in, Kellen Clemens, who is 6 of 8 this season, 36 yards. The 12th-year veteran out of Oregon with the 1st and 10. Brandon Oliver will squirt free and gets outside the 15 for a pickup of 11. Well, big day for Rivers.
Oh, huge day, Kevin. 28 of 37, just shy of 400 yards and 3 touchdowns, and the big number, no interceptions. The Chargers have been tough to beat this season when they've taken care of the football.
Well, they've got 2 takeaways from the Raiders. That's plus 12 for the season for a roster that includes 25 new players. A team that began the season 0-4, won 3 straight, lost 2 straight, won 4 straight. Now they sit at 8-7. they'll have a win, and all they can do is hope they get some help at the 2-minute warning. Brian Jagoda and Dave Grundvig and just so many, Mookie and Levon and Tape and my man Chris Dan, who's at the controls in there, and Stu and everybody else. Great job. 1st and 10, Oliver. Autry there with a stop and a loss of 2. They go back to the 15. But think about the Chargers season, Rich. 4 of their 7 losses by a total of 15 points. They lost a game by 3, by 2, by 2, and by 3.
Yeah, you
Close
look at,
losses.
yeah, what could have been, and really the problems in the kicking game early, week 1 against the Broncos. Of course, the Dolphins in week 2. They made some changes at the kicker. What a heartbreaker that was. That was a devastating loss to Jacksonville, and really a turning point. After that loss, they peeled off 4 straight, but they dug themselves such a deep hole in September.
We're going to give you some bonus coverage after this. We're going to take it to Nashville for the Titans and the Jaguars. That'll be a nice finish right there. 3rd and 13 coming up. By the way, the Raiders losing, dropping to 6 wins from 12 last season, will be the 2nd worst in franchise history. They went from 11 to 4 from 2002 to 2003. Raiders will go to 6 and 10. They'll lose their last 4 games of the season, and the Chargers will win 6 of their last 7 and finish at 9 and 7. Now all they can do is watch and hope. Rich, have enjoyed the season with you. Great job.
You're the best, brother.
The Chargers win, and now they wait. James Brown is on the other end here, taking you to bonus coverage. A big game for Keenan Allen. 3 touchdown passes by Phillip Rivers. 30-10 the final. For Rich Gannon and Amanda Balionis, Kevin Harlan saying so long. Let's go to JB in New York.
All right, Kevin, thank you so much. And we take you now to that bonus coverage. Jacksonville at Tennessee. The